Account receivable. Account receivable refers to the outstanding invoices a company has or the money it is owed from its clients. Sometimes the account receivable GL account is also called as sundry debtors. If a company has receivables, then they have made a sale but have not yet collected the money from the purchaser, that is customer. The account receivable process has two types. The first type is FI, that is financial accounting process, and the second type is ST, that is sales and distribution process. What are the two types? It is FI, that is financial accounting process, and the second type is ST, which is sales and distribution process. In FI process, we generate the invoice without reference to finished product. But in SD process, we always generate the invoice with the reference to finished products. So the customer used for SD process are called as core customers. The customer used for SD process are called as core customer, wherein the customer used for FI process are called as non-core customers. The core customer is a customer to whom the company sells the finished product, and we generate the invoice with reference to finished product sold. In that case, we must have a finished goods created in the material master and follow the order to cash cycle process. So based on that only, we create the customer invoice. So this is a SD process, that is sales and distribution process. In case of non-core customer, we generate the invoice without reference to finished product. For example, the company sells the product which they do not manufacture, like selling old furniture, old machineries, old building, old vehicles, etc. In these scenarios, we use non-core customer process. Okay, we'll be using what? We'll be using non-core customer process. In case of non-core customer process, we don't need to have the finished product in material master. We just post the invoice payments without reference to finished product sold. So, based on the type of customer, whether it is FI or SD, the customer creation process changes. Yes, you should remember this. It is always based on the type of the customer, whether it is FI or SD, the customer creation process changes. For FI customer, that is non-core customer, we always use the T code, that is FD01. For creating the SD customers, that is the core customers, we always use the transaction code, that is VD01. So, when I am creating the customer using the T code FD01, the system will ask us to create the customer based on the account group and the company code. But when I am creating the customer in the T code VD01, then the system will ask us to create the customer based on the sales organization, distribution channel as well as division. Actually, there is one more T code to create the customer, that is XD01. What is it? It is XD01, which is used to create the customer centrally. With the use of this T code, that is XD01, we will create the customer based on the company code, sales organization, distribution channel as well as division. So guys, to summarize, to create the customers, you have got three ways. First is FD01, which is used to create the FI customer, that is only with the company code. The second way is by using the T code VD01, that is to create the SD customer only with the sales organization, distribution channel and division. And the third way is by using the T code XD01, wherein we can create the customer centrally with the company code, sales organization, distribution channel and division. So guys, this was all about the customer creation process. For the customer sale scenario, the company normally gives the product to the customer in the credit and will receive the payment at the later date from the customer. So, when I am generating the customer invoice, the journal entries will be like customer account debit and credit sales account credit, which is actually an income. After posting this journal entry, there will be open item in customer account. That means incoming payment is due from this particular customer. Now, when I receive the payment from the customer, I'll post the incoming payment document. What I'll do, I'll just post the incoming payment document. For that, the journal entries will be like bank account debit and customer account credit. So, the customer account got debited in first transaction and the customer account got credited when the customer payment is received. Whenever I do the posting to the customer, apart from the customer account, the system will make an entry in another account automatically. That is customer receivable GL account. And this is very much mandatory. Yes, this is mandatory. Every customer account must be linked to account receivable GL account. Irrespective of the transaction posted to the customer accounts, whether it's a credit or debit, by default, it will also get updated to account receivable GL account. So, why do we do this? The question arises here is, why do we do this? Why do we update another account a part of the customer account? Guys, I have told this in the first section during basic accounting. Some people might have skipped it. Hence, I'll just repeat it again here. This is one of the important concepts. Remember, this is one of the important concepts. In every company, there will be many number of customers. Correct, right? In every company, there will be many number of customers. If it is a big company, it will go up to the million. Generally, the company sells the product on credit to its customer. So at the end of the year, when the financial reports are generated, there is a possibility that few customers might not paid for the goods. Yes, the few customers might have not paid for the goods because their due date might be after some dates. It is a possibility, right? And you already know that the provisional customer receivable from the unpaid customer is asset. Because you are yet to receive the payment and you have already sent the goods to the customer and the customer is liable to pay the company. So, when you are generating the balance sheet at the end of the financial year, all these payments which are yet to receive for the services provided or the goods sold are updated in the single line by reconciling from all the customers in the balance sheet. This is actually because you cannot make the individual entry for each customer in the yearly report which is under asset. It is not at all realistic to have millions of line items in the balance sheet for the unpaid customers under the asset. Correct, right? Hence, we reconcile from all the customer accounts and update a single line as account receivable GL accounts in the balance sheet. So, whenever you're creating the customer account in SAP, it is very much mandatory to update the account receivable GL account in the customer master data. Got it? So guys, I hope you are now clear with the account receivable concept in accounting as well as SAP perspective. Now, let's start a learning of SAP account receivables process from the next video.